This is the daily 15-minute review. General disclosure, this is for educational only, not meant to be investment advice. I share every day my analysis based on the AlgoClub signal, and the purpose is so everybody can get more familiar with how to read a signal. Okay, so let's start it. This is Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin future, currently we see that it exceeded the overbought limit. However, the volume, the market volume start continuing to accumulate. Market is continuing to be bullish on Bitcoin at this moment. Any retraction may be after tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. At the moment, there's haven't seen any retraction yet, so we'll see by tomorrow. Next, we look at the ENG future. ENG future is the micro NYSE ENG index future. The purpose of this is to evaluate the overall direction and risk for the major stocks NYSE. So based on the movement today, we see sell volume from the morning. See some volume pick up in the afternoon. So the anticipation is that we could continue to move up on the ENG futures. However, the overall direction would likely be slowing down and moving ultimately to a downtrend. So the current current situation on the ENG future is that we see the KV exit, which means the key volume exiting from the ENG, and we also see that the market start to be bearish. We also see that there is there's appearance of a sell volume in the market. So none of this represent a strong uptrend continuation. And also looking at from a volume perspective, we see that it's starting to be going to the negative territory. We may start to look at ending the uptrend pretty soon on the ENG future. Now, typically, ENG future is a good indication of where the NASDAQ and the NYSE is going. So we'll see. Today is a nice short squeeze after the ES got foothold on, stabilized above 4530. The estimate for such short squeeze was explained yesterday in the recording. However, it was in Chinese, so if you don't know, you don't know. Nothing I can do about it. Today, looking at the ES future, I'm seeing buy volume as part of short coverings, short squeeze. The market is showing bullish sentiment, and the buy volume overall is continuing until the end of market. This means the short squeeze continue. The tomorrow's top, based on option chain, currently is looking at 4570. 4570. So at 4570, can potentially looking at inversion at the overbought area. So we'll start observing roughly about 4570 to see if there's a possibility of inversion or it's a continuation of a bigger short squeeze, because tomorrow is a Friday, so which means the sentiment could continue to run, assuming there's nothing interrupt the market. Yeah. So looking at the option chain, we can see that for tomorrow, let's see, yes. The US future for Friday option chain. We see the maximum value on the option chain is at 4540, and top line is currently at roughly 4560. So we're looking at roughly adding about 10 points on top for the premium value. So roughly near 4570 will be the top line currently, and the bottom or the low point, which would likely be about 4540 or 4538. Now, overall, if we stabilize around 4538 area, which means that we didn't break the trend line, and which means the continuation of the uptrend will continue after a small retraction on Friday. This matched similar pattern of July 14th, and that is similar to what I'm expecting for the market to move after a single day retraction to reconfirm an uptrend, then continuing up next week until the FOMC meeting. Next, we'll look at NQ. Slow right now. Basically similar, but looking at the NQ option chain right now, I have a different computer, but let's see from here. NQ perspective, I see the top line right now is 15750. So roughly adding about 20 points up. So 15770. 15770, and is that right? NQ1. It changed at the end of the market. So there were some changes that happened. So actually it's 15675, 157.675, adding roughly about say 50 points. So it will be 15725. 15725. Roughly. 15725 max to be 15750. Okay, so let's use that as a upper limit. The lower limit from the chart look like the lower limit is interesting because we also see another max value on the bigger volume near the 15700. Which means that the Nasdaq is more bullish. If it breaks, then potentially looking at 15500. So let's see. 15700 minus about 50 points, so that would be 15650. That would probably be here. So this is the Nasdaq estimate right now. Is more reasonable to look at 15650 and 15750, 100 point spread. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So look at this 15750. It's a higher high, and the retrace back to 15650. So which means it's still above the moving average, and so the uptrend would continue after retrace from overbought area tomorrow. That's the current estimate. As also indicated by the option chain. Anytime those price point, if it broke, then obviously the downtrend could continue, and those price points therefore become top line resistance. Now on the 10-year yield, this is performing as expected. We should running into a top on the 10-year yield, roughly about 4.335, and this matches with the expectation next week with the FOMC now increasing additional interest rate. So, and which means that we also should be seeing top formation on the dollar. Today is a nice rebound with volume on the dollar, and right now we should be confirming a top formation on the dollar and continuing downtrend next week. Currently, the market was a nice rebound because everything's still pointing to, well, most of it hit near the oversold line at 104.16 and started to rebound up near to the top of a bought area at 105. Assuming it doesn't break either one, it's likely to continue to consolidate between the two limit area until it's complete the final inversion, which my expectation is downtrend. So in terms of that, we see that the 10-year note future has support near 113.32, which means roughly the trade on the TMF should be about 5.6. So that is currently the estimate on that. For gold, the expectation is dollar would move down, which gives support for gold. Gold hit the 200-day moving average at the 1926. Currently is in a downtrend pattern with no support from KB, which means before FOMC meeting, most likely we could continue the downtrend pattern until the oversold area. Okay, and for natural gas, so which means that we could potentially revisit the roughly about 1910 area as a third time support, third time bottom, triple bottom, and move up as dollar weakening. And for CL, oil price move up to previously estimate at near the top estimate, roughly about 91. If we continue to break through here, because the weakening dollar situation heading to 100, then we could potentially see additional panic in the market, causing the market to fall more. So again, the key thing to monitor the market is really on the oil price and 10-year yield, which influence the dollar and the overall index movement. Currently, market is very bullish, but we're in the overbought area, which means that we could potentially see retraction. On CL. Now with the Bitcoin movement, like I explained before, yeah, so it's Bitcoin matches the expectation of the dollar movement. So if the dollar moves down, the expectation is for the Bitcoin to go up. But that's it for today. Typically, I go through the top future movement to help have a better understanding of the overall market. The goal is to have a short 15-minute review every single day to just double check on all the price point where we needed to change the direction of our trade. Well, that's it for now. Thank you, everyone. Bye.